So here we are. Starkiller time. Alright, so this is the stand that's going to be going with the new arcanes once they are complete. Pretty nice little stand. Ooh, pretty simple, but it's part of the run. So this Starkiller was brought to me, was purchased online. When we purchased it, it was kind of flimsy, didn't really have anything. It's kind of a scrap put together thing. So we improved, well, I improved it a bit, straightened it. This was wiggly, now it's no longer wiggly. Tightened a few things, added a switch, momentary switch, fixed the bunny ears. They were not put together right. So I re-drilled, re-screwed, reconnected this here. I added a few set screws to hold a few things in there. Added a CoverTech knob to cover that hole that was there. It was a big hole in there. Still is, but we kind of just put a CoverTech in, kind of soldered it in there. Ventilated the pommel, repainted it so that we can get some ventilation on the speaker. We recreated crystal chamber and put in a TCSS crystal there with RGB V4 soundboard that has Sound Blaster and lockup on it. It's using the Saberforce chassis with recharge port. I'll show you that in a minute. I couldn't do much about the wiring because of the way this hill is designed. It's kind of hard to hide the wiring unless I shortened everything, and I wanted to leave it so that if I need to ever do repairs or the owner needs to do repairs, he has a little slack on the chassis. So I'll show you the chassis real quick. Also, the owner is getting this because of the type of screw. This screw was put in here by the original designer because it's not one of those screw-on pummels. Like I said, this is a scratch built, so this wasn't that expensive. I bought it for the owner. So basically, he takes out the screw, pulls it out. You got your chassis. Like I said, I gotta find a set screw that is small enough that can hide, but I did set up a set screw there so that it can hold the chassis in place. This is one of the Saberforce chassis that I sell for our soundboard. 28mm speaker, 2-watt 4 ohms, very nice and loud. Has the recharge port there. I'll show you that in a minute. So with the recharge port, I don't know if you can see it. Here you go. You can actually connect here, and it has the LED in it, so he can charge the Saber battery. It has a Trust Fire battery. Okay. Put this back. I put a little tape in there because it's pretty, like I said, it was wiggly, so it holds it now in place. Just lock it back in. Okay. Now, like I said, it's a 1-inch emitter. The only thing I haven't done yet on this, and I'm trying to figure out, because this holds the LED here, so I might put the retention screw in here for the blade, to hold the blade. Need to talk to him about that, where he wants it. It actually has a little one in there, but I don't know how he did it. It's not easy to get to, so I don't know why he put a hole in there. The original designer of this thing. But anyway, so what we did was we got the crystal, 3D printed crystal chamber, with actual brass rods. It has 3 brass rods, one in the back to run the LED wiring. It has a RGB LED in there. It's not fully charged, so it's not that bright right now because I've been playing with it, but I will fully charge it before I send it to him. Either way, on the board it's wired so that and this actual crystal is wired so that it's connected to all the same connections as the LED, so it will actually light up to the same colors. Let me see if I can put it so you can see the activation. Ooh, look at that brightness. So it is pretty bright. It has the blaster. Like I said, you can switch through colors. This is kind of a cyan color. Lock up. The color of the crystal goes along with the color of the LED, as you can tell. I'm trying to put it in a position where you guys can see the colors. That's a green, a blue. That's the lock up. Kind of like a purplish violet color. That's kind of like a sky blue. Like I said, it has 16 colors you can filter through. You got your red, beautiful red, very sound, as you can see. Looks great on screen. You got your flash on flash. Alright. It looks beautiful. Now, as you can see, compared to my Moon Killer, this is my Moon Killer by Patch Store, with a few modifications to it. Okay, just a little comparison. This is the older board, so it doesn't have the blaster effect. I will be upgrading this, but as you can see from the colors, obviously the newer board is a better board. Overall length is it's almost the same length as my Starkiller, a little longer actually, as you can tell. We opted to keep the original scuffing and painting on it. Me personally, I like my clean looks, as you can see from my Starkiller. I still got to do the brown here, but that's, you know, I've been doing my little projects little by little, so this is still being upgraded. I'm actually waiting for a new board that we're planning on, hopefully soon. But like I said, Angel, here's your Starkiller finally. Beautiful little Starkiller. I'll be honest, I love it. It was a good fun build, getting it going for you. Somebody asked me if the colors of the crystal match the LED, so there you go. This is a good example for you as well. Now, for those who've been asking about this board, this is the RGB board. This is the 2-watt 4-ohm speaker, 28mm, very loud, good quality sound. That's one sound font. Hold the button down, you hear the sound. That's the second sound font. Switch through all your colors. Hold it down. Now here's the other thing about this board. From the original, a lot of people were asking, well, you know, when it powers off, does it go back to the same color you originally had? So we did consider that, and they did implement it into this board. So now, you know, you can have it powered off for as long as you want. When you go power it back on, it's going to go back to the original color it was. Now, if you notice with this one, this is the older board, RGB. You're going to notice it does not go back to the color that it originally had. So it actually changes its color. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sometimes I forget. There you go. The older board has the Caliban and sound that it does. So like I said, this goes back to its depending also on the color. Like for example, this is red, so you kind of get a blue flash on this. Let's go down. This is more of a sword font. Hold it down. Now you also have a mute option, and it's more of a vibration on it. Alright, you still get blaster, you still do the lockup, you still can change all the 16 colors on it, but this is more for like when you're at the cons or anything, you don't want to make any noise, and you still want to use your lightsaber. It has a beautiful amber on it. And that's the 16 color board. Go back. So like I said, your Starkiller is ready. Alright, so I hope you enjoy your Starkiller. I will get it to you as soon as I'm done with the second commission that you have sent me. Thank you again for your service, and I'll send you the bill.